Stories. There's nothing in the world more powerful than a good story. And who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
Game of Thrones, the greatest TV show of all time. Well, that's what we would be saying if these guys didn't drop the ball big time. Now, all over this fine globe, the only thing being said about the ending is...
You're fucking kidding me.
Did it really matter who ended up on the Iron Throne? If anyone? We didn't think so. Hey, as long as it's a good story, it won't matter who ends up king or queen. Well, that's what we all thought until...
And who has a better story than Bran the Broken? Will you wear the crown?
What the fuck? He has the best story? Are you fucking kidding me?
But sometimes clever people overestimate their own cleverness.
Yes, the last couple of years have been a little rocky, but the cracks really started to appear with this shit.
Run back to Eastwood, get a raven to Daenerys, tell her what's happened. We need to send a raven.
That was the first time a lot of people were taken out by what is now the famous Game of Thrones portal jumps. People started just whizzing around all over the country. Trips that would take whole seasons now felt like they happened within hours. This was one of the first signs these gentlemen were getting a little too excited about their new Star Wars contract. These time jumps really hit a new high in Season 8, with ships, queens, and well, fucking everyone just jumping all over the place. Just put a ship in the background. Those things are pretty fast. But nothing prepared us for this time skip in the last episode. It's, how do they say it? Fucking outrageous. Jon kills Dany and somehow just explains it to the Unsullied and the Dothraki. And we don't get to see it. Arguably the two main characters come to a climax with one murdering the other, who is loved by her followers, and we don't get to see how he gets away with it. We don't even see how they worked out what happened. Did Jon just confess? Because there wasn't even a body or a murder weapon. Just kick a bit of snow over that blood, you'll be right.
I sentence you to die.
In previous seasons, he would have just been executed on the spot. This guy was executing people 5 minutes ago for working for Cersei. The Dothraki were just slaughtering people in the streets for existing against their queen's wishes. But Jon kills her and they just lock him up for a couple of weeks for no apparent reason. Who wasn't excited to see what was about to happen next? Would Jon claim the throne? Would he get killed? Who fucking cares? We have to get to that sweet Star Wars money. Now, before we go too far into the last episode, what is with all the bad CGI deaths this season? You could choose fire or dirt. Sometimes both. Quick and cheap. How many scenes can be executed, yes, you like what I did there, with special effects? No meaningful last words.
My king.
Their final moment as they're dying. It would have been nice for Dany to react. A word or a hand, showing love or sadness after a betrayal can be very powerful. At least you got a good death. A lot of these kills have looked like they're getting rid of an extra. Not someone we have travelled with for 8 seasons. None of them are classic. None will be remembered.
From Matilda.
It was bad enough that Cersei's character completely changed in episode 4. Why didn't she kill everyone when she had the chance? Man, there were some crazy responses to that on Twitter. She could have ended it right then and there. So stupid. Anyhow, one of the all-time great villains goes out like this. The dynamic between Cersei, Jaime, Brienne, Tyrion, even this tool, had been building for years. Now she stands at a window, then at the wall, then back at the window, down to the basement, and bang, special effects death by dirt. It wasn't even clear that it was it for them. And then, what? If they'd stood a bit to the left, they may have lived? Fuck off. And they look fantastic for having their heads crushed by bricks and concrete. The Hound. This one isn't agreed upon. I've heard that the Hound versing the Mountain kicked ass. Well, I don't think it did. It was the Hound versus this fucking ugly thing. Now I know that Sir Gregor is virtually a zombie, but fucking come on. What the fuck is he? He seems to be able to follow orders sometimes. And luckily this doesn't work anymore. Hey, good as new. I'm pretty sure if blood is coming out of your eye sockets, you're fucked. Now the Hound story has been one of the best story arcs of the show. But these guys,
Cunts.
really lost the plot. Yes, literally when it comes to the Hound. For a story that was based on him being a broken man from the betrayal of his brother.
But the worst thing was that it was my brother who did it.
Now he's just an avenging death machine. Cersei's guards aren't really at their best, are they?
Hello, big brother.
Would he even see this Walking Dead dude as his brother? Having vengeance on a zombie isn't really a wonderful payoff. It feels more like a video game than classic storytelling. Wouldn't the scene have been more meaningful if he'd realised his brother is already dead, but he still has to kill him to protect Arya? Arya could have sat with the Hound as he was dying, and he could have said something like, "Go on, finish me, you've always wanted to." No, this is the last we see of him. Like so many deaths in this season. A CGI shot that could be anyone. How meaningful. One character did get a final death line, and it was this clown.
I'm the man who killed Jaime Lannister.
This one-dimensional walking teenage penis can perform miracles. Not only can he hide a fleet of ships from an enemy in the sky, not only can he shoot moving targets from a moving ship, first shot, not only can he teleport around the world, not only can he fuck the Queen and have the luxury of being bored,
Life is boring.
not only can he survive dragon attack, he can also swim a mile, fully clothed, and come up on the beach exactly where Jaime is and beat him up. At this point, he could still be on the winning side. Wouldn't he want to save the Queen and his child? But he's happy to die because, you know, boredom.
Life is boring.
John, we should speak with the Queen.
You off to see the Queen? You better not race Grey Worm because he's super quick.
You win.
And I know a killer when I see one.
You know a killer when you see one. You don't say fuck. We all kind of noticed when she was just killing people in the streets 10 minutes ago. And anyway, where's your white horse? Ah, that didn't mean anything. Just for the visual. Okay, what does this mean? I get it looks cool. To be fair, the dragons have looked pretty amazing through the whole series. Must be a different effects team than the ones that do Ghost because he looks like shit. But what does it mean that he's melting the chair? Is he super intelligent and understands what's been going on in the show? Has he been watching? Or is it the opposite? Is he really stupid and thinks the chair with all the pointy bits pointed one at his mama? This would be interesting to know how much he understands, seeing that we're getting to the end of the story. Really? Without crushing her? So he's just gonna fly the fuck off to who knows where, and okay, I guess...
And Drogon?
Farther away, the better.
Perhaps I can find him.
This weirdo's gonna locate him. And then what? So many unanswered questions. No matter what you thought up to this point, this show, season, and series goes off the fucking cliff. Oh no! As we've discussed, we go from here to here without seeing any of the story in between. I wonder if the Dothraki captured him on the run. We'll never know, because these struggling artists have got some of that sweet, sweet Lucasfilm money, and they need to get the fuck out of here. Speaking of the Dothraki, where did they go? We see them here and then gone, never to be seen again. And I don't mean after they all die here and then respawn along with the Unsullied. Seriously, where did all these fuckers come from? They died here, then they drowned here, and then thousands. And correct me if I'm wrong. Don't worry, I know there's people out there that will correct me even if I'm right. Didn't they follow whoever killed their leader? We'll never know because they're all gone. Wait, there are a couple on the dock. My mistake. Their story was wrapped up beautifully. The Dothraki army have no conclusion. How? They virtually started Dany's trip to becoming queen. They have been with her from the beginning. And they just all fucking disappear. So instead, we jump straight to the stupidest 10 minutes of Game of Thrones. We enter Bizarro Land. So Tyrion is brought in front of the panel, and we find out you can just pick a king.
We don't have a king or queen.
Choose one.
Make your choice then.
No one mentions that Jon is the rightful king. We're just gonna forget that. In fact, Jon's whole secret heritage
I wasn't a king, but you were. You've always been.
amounts to nothing. Anyhow, Grey Worm, who now can't decide whether he's in charge or not, tells Tyrion he's not allowed to talk.
You are not here to speak!
Tyrion then goes on a 10-minute rant that ends up with him being virtually in charge, from no talking to running the city in one monologue. Not bad.
If Tyrion has a flaw, he's a very clever man, but sometimes clever people overestimate their own cleverness.
But we're jumping ahead. First, Tyrion explains that the best leaders have the best stories.
There's nothing in the world more powerful than a good story.
What? I thought they might have had some leadership abilities. But hey, a good story is important. So obviously they go with the guy that has come back from the dead, lived with wildlings, fought White Walkers, survived the Battle of the Bastards, riding a dragon, sleeping with the Dragon Queen, and is literally heir to the throne. No, not him? Really? Oh well, must be Sansa. She's been through a bit. No, it's Bran.
And who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
The guy who got pushed out of a window and then got dragged around. Everyone else's story is better. Even Mummy Titsucker here would be better. Giving the throne to Bran is like watching Rocky. Just seeing him train, fight, get beaten, rise again, and then at the end they just give the world championship to Paulie. You didn't expect that, did you fuckers? Expectations subverted.
I wish I wasn't in his nightmare.
It's not even fucking Bran anymore.
And I would still be Brandon Stark.
You're not?
No, I'm something else now.
Wait, is he an evil genius? He can see everything past and future. He could have prevented all of this, but he has let friends and family not only die, but have some not so good marriages. Ah, romance. All so he could end up on the throne.
Why do you think I came all this way?
Hold up, Dickless. Arya's gonna fix this. Oh, too bad.
Bran knows what's going to happen.
Bran knows what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen?
And then he's not even interested. Couldn't even stay for the whole meeting. Seriously, you bastards.
Cunts.
And then Sansa just says, nah, we're not doing that.
The North will remain an independent kingdom.
And they all fucking agree. The king lets his sister just have her own bit of the world. If I was these guys, the alarm bells would be ringing.
Say another word and I'll cut your throat.
So we didn't end up with the 7 kingdoms, we got 6 + 1. Piss weak. Then Grey Worm, the master of negotiations, agrees to sending Jon to the Wall, which is in the north, under his sister's rule. What's the point?
You cannot.
Yes, I can. I'm king.
Well, fucking free Jon, you prick.
You shall take no wife, hold no lands, father no children.
Yeah, this seems fair. Remember when we had a father, mother, and more siblings? Oh well, see ya. So Jon just rides straight past the wall. Yeah, I know. Fuck Grey Worm, he'll never know. Hang on, his whole negotiations with the wildlings was that they could settle in the more fertile grounds south of the wall.
There are good lands south of the wall. The Night's Watch will let you through the tunnel and allow your people to farm those lands.
They're all going off to die. This whole scene is odd. I'm pretty sure the writers had just given up by now, and Susan in accounts wrote this part. All of them seem off.
What's this?
A song of ice and fire.
What does he say about me?
I don't believe you're mentioned.
didn't mention Tyrion? How would it be possible to write A Song of Ice and Fire and not mention him? He's pretty central to the story.
God. We shall hear what Joffrey has to say about this.
No, we shan't.
Well, cut off his manhood and feed it to the goats.
No. Bronn, the next time Samoan speaks, kill him.
You're talking to a king!
I will hurt you for this.
Bit of a dead whore.
Then brand the broken.
The histories won't mention you, that we will not forget.
What a stupid joke. And why are you wearing that? Where is your wife and child? Are you still lord of your house?
We represent all the great houses.
All right! It's enough of that.
Oh, fuck it. These guys don't care. Why should I? I think a lot of the actors were doing a bit of a Mark Hamill and trying to warn us what was to come.
Best season ever!
If you could describe the season finale of Game of Thrones in one word, how would you describe it?
Disappointing.
And they put the women and children in a crypt with all the dead people. So, rah. You people are in for it.
Are you all happy with the way with the outcome of the show? Personally, or just
I was pissed. I was pissed that it wasn't me killing the Night King.
Jon Snow has always been the hero, the one who's been the savior, but
These bastards lied to us. They lied that they were going to make an effort to honour this once wonderful story. Instead, they took unforgivable shortcuts just to finish up and get on that Star Wars money train. And don't be blaming HBO. They wanted more episodes. And why wouldn't they? They're making a fortune.
too much broccoli.
I think we always kind of said that we didn't want to make a spinach show and we didn't want to make a popcorn show. We kind of wanted to make a steak show. Actually, I'm a vegetarian, so it's a weird metaphor for me.
Like, what would be a tofu show?
Like, yeah, that doesn't. It doesn't work.
So David and DB, I salute you. You now stand proudly next to Ryan Johnson. I don't know out of the two of you who's fucked off more people.
Fucking assholes.
While Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
We need to find Euron Greyjoy's fleet and sink it.
Euron's ships could be anywhere.
And the Golden Company has arrived in King's Landing, courtesy of the Greyjoy fleet.
While Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and Euron's forces.
Game of Thrones episode hated by fans seeks Emmy for best writing? Ha! Perfect.